immediately after that. Yeah, when they come out, when it gets to 9 minutes on the clock, then we'll go, because we know they're not taking all the time that they have. So, can you give me the big cue?
This is a G-word, 1-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the NFL, halftime, Kansas City Chiefs 21, Tennessee 3, 21-3 Chiefs.
So we ain't really never had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
And your mentor, trust me, all those shit.
Hey! Drop top, speaking of cooking up. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something. I don't try nobody with the trigger. Call up the gang and they come and get chained. Call me over and get you with just bad. Bros bad. Cooking up dope with the bros. Mine's a savage, ruthless. We got thudders and 100 miles too. About the bad, bros bad. Cooking up dope with the bros. Mine's a savage, ruthless. We got thudders and 100 miles too. All set. Records got bankers on riding around in a cool. I take your breath from you. I'm a dog. Hit the whole walls. Hop in the fall. They gon' cover me. That's what these is under me. The hate and the devil keep jumping me. That was on me, keep me covering me. Hey, we did the most, yeah. Pull up and go, yeah. My diamonds are choke. Holding the fire with the holster. We the ruler, diamond cool. This a roll and not a mule. Dabbing on them like the usual. Yeah, magic with the brick and wood. Magic. Go outside with a badge, then I send it to the
From the brand new Phillipsburg High School Gymnasium on the campus of Phillipsburg High School in Lopatcong Township, New Jersey, Stateliner Sports Network proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight, the Stateliners play host to the Cougars of Cranford High School. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Phillipsburg Wrestling is brought to you by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit rothmaninstitute.com. By Ahart, Frinzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg, and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at urcocu.com. Considering buying or selling your home? Contact Tara Butler at Remax Supreme for all your real estate needs. Call Tara direct at 908-319-2447. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hundred and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Phillipsburg comes into the match with a record of 3-0. Stateliners have defeated Delaware Valley 64-6, Newton 39-29, and Bound Brook on Wednesday 54-21. The scheduled Raritan match here at the high school was postponed on Thursday because of the snow, and as of yet has not been rescheduled. Stateliners also coming in second in the opening King of the Mountain tournament and finishing third in the Holidays at the Hurricane tournament over last weekend. Cranford comes into the match with a record of 4-0. The Cougars defeating New Providence 74-6. A.L. Johnson 52-18. Hopewell Valley 37-22. And Wall 46-26. That was on Wednesday. Their scheduled match with Rawway last night was postponed because of rain. Cougars have finished their warm-ups. The Stateliners did just a few seconds ago. And as public address announcer Ed Mancinelli will ask everyone to stand as we'll have the singing of our national anthem by Phillipsburg High School sophomore Samira Bailey.
Whose flush bright stars through the perilous
Here are your starting lineups. We'll open tonight at 182 pounds, where Cranford has weighed in Zach Blevins, a junior 1-0, against either Shamir Broders of Phillipsburg, a senior 4-6, or junior Austin Roth, 4-3. 195 pounds, Dylan Budnick, a senior 8-5 for the Cougars, against either Broders or Roth. 220, Rob Short, a junior 8-5 for Cranford, against Phillipsburg sophomore Cody Krutz, 4-5. Cranford does not have anyone weighed in at heavyweight, although we suspect they do have 14 wrestlers weighed in and may kick up a few from 145 on. Stateliners will have Patrick Sharp, a senior 9-5. 106 pounds, Jimmy Gluck, a freshman 7-2, against Phillipsburg freshman Logan Matsko, 7-5. 113, Cranford sophomore Will Fernandez, 2-0, against Phillipsburg senior Cullen Day, 9-4. 120, Patrick Culnins, a sophomore, 7-7 for the Cougars, against Phillipsburg junior Travis Jones, 11-4. 126, Albert DiCillo, a sophomore, 2-1 for Cranford, against either Phillipsburg junior Luke Harton, 1-2, or junior Brendan Fox, who is 0-3. 132, Luke DiGiovanni, a freshman, 8-2, or junior Dean Smith, 8-4, against either Harton, Fox, or junior Thomas Abode for Phillipsburg, who would be making his first varsity start of the season. 138, either DiGiovanni or Smith, against Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg, a junior, 11-2. 145 for Cranford, either Connor Halpin, a junior, 6-6, or sophomore Evan Cannerman, 3-1, against Phillipsburg junior Jason Zinsmeister, 8-4. 152, Kyle Roper, a junior, 6-4 for the Cougars, against either Brian Meyer of the Stateliners, a senior, 9-2, or senior Josh Ramos, 6-5. 160, Danny Swanson of Cranford, he's a junior, 3-6, against either Meyer or Ramos. And at 171, Matt Duran, a junior, 9-3 for Cranford, against Phillipsburg senior Lance Wissing, who is 15-2. Cranford was very late arriving. It was about 6:10 when they showed up tonight. And so after weigh-ins, we got our paperwork done and really had less than 5 minutes and no opportunity to talk to either one of the two coaches, try to get an idea of what kind of strategy might be employed as who goes out where in what particular weight class. Our referees tonight are Frank Leitner and Mark Russo, and they're meeting with the captains of the schools for the flip of the disc by Frank, which is won by Phillipsburg. I believe the Stateliners took odd, if I read Frank Leitner correctly. So we will start the night at 182 pounds, and we'll see who's out for both teams, as there are some options.
Yes, number of guys weighed in, so we'll see who gets moved around tonight. As both teams are a little bit more well-rested tonight than they thought they would be based on the schedule with the cancellations earlier this week.
Both teams have gone back to their benches for their last huddle, and I guess Cranford has to be out first here at 182. Wait for Ed Mancinelli. Zach Blevins, a junior, 1-0. And Phillipsburg is going to send out, that is Roth. Austin Roth, the junior, 4-3. Roth, the first time down at 182 this season. So Blevins, 1-0. The Cougars in their blue and gold. Stateliners in garnet gray with some white trim as Roth gets in on the, looking at both legs, trying to pick them up over top his head and come out the back door on Blevins. Blevins stacked up on his head. Russo trying to, Roth in a stalemate's call by referee Mark Russo. We'll go back to the center neutral to minute 34. Roth, a caution on a whistle. Roth sporting pads on both knees. Trying for hand fighting. Wrestlers break apart. 1:20 to go, scoreless first. And Roth got in, could not finish. Blevins dives in on Roth's right leg, and Roth sprawls. Wrestlers tie up.
These guys are just 2 pounds apart, with Roth with a slight height advantage.
Off the mat, no advantage at 57 seconds. Couple of tall 182 pounds. They shoot simultaneously. Roth trying to spin around to Blevins' right. Cross faces him, trying to work a butt drag. Blevins trying to block him off with his right leg behind Roth's right knee. Right arm behind the right knee. Roth still spinning. Trying to flatten out and spin behind that right leg that Blevins wants to pull in. Roth picks up the leg. Still no advantage, and Blevins fights that off. No takedown, and Blevins charges in on Roth, and they go off no advantage at 31 seconds. State Liner coach Dave Post has shed the jacket.
Why wait? Yeah, Roth was in a sitting position there at the edge and almost got taken advantage of.
He's trying to hook the near leg on Blevins, who had blocked him off with his right arm, and they kept spinning, and he was unable to do it. Roth underhooks the right shoulder. Wrestlers break apart. They're off the mat at 7 seconds. Blevins dives right in. Roth trying to sprawl. Blevins beat Roth off the whistle that time, but cannot finish. And we have a scoreless first period here at 182. Austin Roth, 6th a year ago in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren. He has 15 career wins.
Blevins deferred and Roth takes down. Start period 2.
Right hand tight waist. Roth sits, turns in, and has a reversal. State Liner Jr. on top, 2-0. Looking for bars the left arm. Has that arm pinned to the back of Blevins. Trying to work a double arm bar. Trying to get up on his toes now and drive the bar. Going to walk the bar around the front. Left arm barred. Blevins gets up to his knees. Stalemate called by referee Mark Russo. We're back to the center. The minute 17 with Roth on top, 2-0. Roth left hand tight waist. Right elbow as Blevins stands. Roth trying to pick him up, and does. Mat return. Rides out the left side. Trying to pull the right wrist through the crotch. Bars that left arm. Sits on top of it. Reaches inside for the right wrist. Loses the bar. Blevins gets up to his knees, stands. Roth able to take him off the mat across the way at 42 seconds.
Roth wasn't keeping his weight on Blevins continuously, and when Blevins got a little break, he was on the move.
Yeah, he took advantage of that. Got up instantly. Roth left hand tight waist. Blevins tries to stand. Roth brings him back down. Keeps weight high on the back of Blevins. Reaching inside for the left wrist. Under 30 seconds to go here in the second. Referee Russo looking in. Stalemate's called at 17.3 seconds.
I thought Blevins might have gotten a stalling warning there because he was just kind of sitting in place.
Roth has to tie his right shoelace. Roth is ready. Right hand tight waist. Picks the left ankle on the whistle. Trying to take Blevins off his base. Roth now coming up the body. Weight on the back of Blevins with 4 seconds to go. And Roth is going to ride out this second period. He is ahead 2-0 after 2. Blevins' choice. Blevins is going to be underneath to start the third. Roth with the left hand tight waist. Tries to bar the left arm on the whistle. Reaching now back through the crotch on a thigh pry. Flattens out Blevins. Bars that left arm, taking the right wrist. Walking the bar around.
He's got it pretty well.
Trying to step across with the bar. Blevins up on his toes. 1 count, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 back points coming for Austin Roth. Blevins trying to bridge to keep his left shoulder up off the mat. And a fall! Arm bar for Austin Roth. We are through 1. Stateliners lead 6-0.
Blevins tried to turn from his position there in the bar, and he ended up making matters worse. Got himself in a flat position and was pinned.
Shamir Broaders out for the Stateliners at 195. He is a senior, 4-6. And this will be Dylan Budnick, a senior, 8-5. Budnick weighs 194.2, and Broaders weighs 177.5, so giving up about 17 pounds.
You wouldn't know it to look at them, though. I mean, Shamir's a strong kid.
Trying to snap down on the head of Budnick. Budnick was pinned in last year's dual meet, won by the Cougars. Was pinned by Drew Horan. 1:20 to go first, scoreless. Fight for hand and wrist control. Referee Russo again on this bout. Under a minute to go, scoreless first. Bronner's trying to tie up the wrist. Ties up the right wrist of Budnick, who's trying to snap down on the head of Bronner's. 45 seconds to go in a scoreless first. Circle at the edge of the mat by Bronner's. Bronner's takes half a shot at the right leg, and they're off neutral at 34 seconds.
That was the first time either one of them tried to go down. Working hand control and grabbing the arms.
Again, fighting for hand and wrist control. Off they are at 15 seconds. Budnick's the taller of the two.
Almost a head taller there. Not much help on your feet.
Final 5 seconds. We had a scoreless first at 182, and we'll have a scoreless first at 195. Shamir Broaders of Phillipsburg, Dylan Budnick of Cranford.
Broaders deferred. Budnick took down.
Budnick, a District 14 runner-up a year ago. He is out in 4 seconds. And Budnick has a 1-0 lead. District runner-up and a Region 4 third-place finisher. He won this year's Garden State Classic. Finished 6th in the Tunkhannock tournament, Pennsylvania. Cranford, the only New Jersey school that was in that tournament.
That's a ways to go.
Underhooks, tries to spin behind. Broder's trying to block him off with his right arm behind the left thigh. And now Budnick's able to flatten him out and get the takedown. Budnick leads Broder's 3-0. Trying to use that 17-pound weight advantage now. Barring the left arm on Broder's. Reaching inside for the right wrist. Up on his toes to try to drive the bar. 50 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Now he loses the bar. Now he has the arm barred and a half Nelson from the right side. Stateliner assistant coach across the way, Brian Kopeski, shouting out instructions to Broder's. He has the arm barred, takes the right wrist, trying to step across with the bar. Has Broder's on his back in the fall. Comes in 3:25 with an arm bar for Dylan Budnick. So we are through 2. It is Cranford 6 and Phillipsburg 6.
Budnick had that in very deep and was just able to work his way around the shoulders of Shamir Broder's and make him flat.
Rob Shork, the junior, 8-3 against Phillipsburg's Cody Krutz, a sophomore, 4-5. So they will not have a heavyweight. Shork weighs 207.9. Krutz weighs 207. Again, Shork is the taller of the two. He just runs right through Krutz and has a takedown and a 2-0 lead. Cranford in last year's win, and they were the only New Jersey school to beat the Stateliners a year ago. Cranford notched 5 falls in the match. They beat Phillipsburg 36-32. Shork reaches to control the left wrist, loses it, tries to reach and control that left wrist again. We're in a 2-on-1 in that left wrist. 1 minute to wrestle here in the first.
Krutz is going to need to get a lot more mobile here.
Stalling call on top. First warning on Rob Shork. Krutz getting ready. Now Shork, right hand tight waist, left elbow. .45 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Match is tied at 6. We're at 2:20, or the third of 14. Krutz tried to stand. Shork brings him back down to his knees, flattens him out. Reaches across for the right elbow.
Sorry, Krutz is just basing, but he really hasn't been able to move much.
Trying to take that right elbow all the way across the body, and they're off the mat at 12.4 seconds.
That was good location for Krutz because he had that arm pretty well secured.
Krutz getting set, hands and knees. Now Shork. Right hand tight waist. Chops at the right elbow. Flattens out. Krutz spins around to the left side on him, and the first period will come to an end. Rob Shork of Cranford has a 2-0 lead over Phillipsburg's Cody Krutz. Shork underneath to start the second. He's set. Krutz right hand tight waist. Shork trying to crawl away from him on the whistle. Now he stands and was out, but off the mat just 5 seconds in.
I think Krutz going to have a hard time holding on to Shork here.
Shork right away stands. Krutz trying to pick the right ankle. He's out. Shork with the escape leads 3-0.
hit that stand-up pretty hard. He was able to clear Cody's weight easily.
Collar tie. "30 seconds gone here in the second. First period takedown by Shork. Second period escape. Cranford Jr. leads the bout 3-0. He just kind of reached for a leg from a standing position and drove through Krutz to get the takedown in the first and was able to ride him out.
Yeah, Short just appears to be the more powerful of the two wrestlers.
1 minute to wrestle in the second. Reaches for Krutz's right leg, can't pull it in.
He's got a longer reach, too.
Reaches for that leg again, picks that leg up behind the knee, and has a takedown. Short leads 5-0. Riding out the left side. And the Cranford coaches are telling him to cut him on the escape. 5-1. He'll try and build to the major from his feet with 30 seconds to go here in the second.
All right. Shork has established he's got the reach and he's going to try to use it.
Underhook, tries to underhook the right shoulder of Cody Krutz. 15 seconds to wrestle. This would be big for the Stateliners if he could avoid getting taken down in the final 15 seconds here. In on the right leg to a double and gets the takedown with just under 2 seconds to go. And Short has a 7-1 lead after 2.
I don't know why he was trying Short to underhook or overhook there. He had already established that he was able to reach Cody Krutz's legs. And when he finally made up his mind to do it near the end of the period, he got a quick takedown.
They are neutral to start the third, looking for a standing cradle. He's too far out in front, loses the cradle, but Short gets the takedown and leads 9-1. He will push him away. It's 9-2. Short chose neutral, and I thought Short had taken down to start the second.
Yes.
And unless everyone was asleep at the switch, he got two choices. 1:20 to go in the bout. 9-3 lead.
Here again, Shork is working up top. I don't understand it. He's got a leg takedown if he wants one.
Tries to snap down on the head, now reaches for the leg. He wants to lock up a standing cradle. He's got the takedown. Leads 11-3. 50 seconds to go in the bout. Looking for that cradle. Gonna let Krutz up. It's 11-4. Needs another takedown to secure the major. Krutz needs to circle and stay away. They tie up. 20 seconds to go in the bout. Krutz circling. 15 to go. Again, Krutz circling. Trying to save the Stateliners a team point here with 7. He circles.
He's trying to keep distance.
4 seconds to go. He is going to avoid the major. That is a regular 11-4 decision for Rob Shork of Cranford over Phillipsburg's Cody Krutz at 2:20. We are through 3, and Cranford now has the lead on the Stateliners, 9-6.
That's the beauty of wrestling, that you can wrestle a bout, lose 11-4, and say you've done a good job because you avoided bonus points in a situation where it looked like they were going to be easy.
Patrick Sharp of the Stateliners wins by forfeit. So Phillipsburg has the lead, 12-9. And we go to 106 pounds. It'll be Jimmy Gluck, freshman, 7-2. Stateliner freshman Logan Matsko, 7-5. Wrestlers circle each other. Tie up on their knees. Logan Matsko is up on his left foot. "30 seconds gone here, no advantage. Gluck dives in, Matsko sprawls. Gluck controlling Matsko's left wrist. Matsko's in on the right leg behind the knee, trying to switch to a double. Has Gluck in a sitting position, takedown for Matsko. State liner freshman ahead 2-0. Left hand tight waist, chopping at the right elbow. "50 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Matsko's pulling on that right arm, trying to bar the right arm. Controlling that, trying to tilt Gluck to his right. Matsko has him over, 1 count, that's all. At the edge of the mat, and they'll go off at 28 seconds.
Gluck did well to pivot on his head and avoid back points there. Matsko getting the takedown. That's the first for the Liners here in the 5th bout of the night.
Gluck set. Matsko, left hand tight waist, right elbow. Breaks down Gluck. Trying to bar the left arm. Weak. Draped over the top now, left thigh pry. Gluck stands. Matsko trying to bring him back down. Almost lost control. Gluck picking up on the left ankle of Matsko, trying to take him off his base. And Matsko hangs on, locked hands called just before the buzzer. Frank Leitner's going to talk that over. Dave Post wants to discuss it at the scorer's table with Mark Russo.
But Matsko did well in using his head both to get the takedown and to maintain control. Used his head as a lever on the back of Gluck to exert pressure and pull himself around.
After a discussion, they have waved off the locked hands, and Matsko's up 2-0 after 1, and now Coach Gorman wants an explanation. It's going to be Gluck's choice. He'll be underneath to start the second. Gluck, a Garden State Classic champion, 7-2 so far in the season. Did not place in the Tunkhannock tournament. Wants to sit out and turn in. Reaches out with a hand trying to block off Matsko. Now trying to reverse Matsko, turns into him. Matsko keeping Gluck's arms. Matsko's still in control, but he's up pretty high. Gluck trying to come out the back door. Matsko still in control with a headlock. And he turns Gluck over momentarily. Gluck pops out of that. Can he pop his head? And does, and gets the reversal. And we are tied at 2. Matsko had him over on his back for a second. And then Gluck was able to regain his balance and pop his head out and get the reversal. He wraps the left-hand tight waist around the right side of Matsko. Reaches inside for the right wrist. Matsko trying to get to his knees. Stalemate is called. Gluck weighs 107.6. Matsko 104.8.
That was quite a sequence with both wrestlers really on the move. And Mike Matsko had threw the headlock as he was almost losing Gluck, almost in desperation, and briefly had him on his back.
Gluck riding. Trying to 2-on-1 in the left wrist of Matsko. And he hooks Matsko's right leg. Gluck half Nelson from the left side. Out the right side with that. Matsko trying to sit out, turn in. Gluck maintaining control. Peterson rolled by Matsko. Matsko now turns in. Trying to go to a tackle. Gluck is still in control. And he maintains control here with 5 seconds to go. So Gluck will ride out the second. And we are 2-2 after 2.
Matsko came really close to turning Gluck.
Matsko is going to take underneath to start the third. Coach Post telling him to stay down. Gluck with a left-hand tight waist. Matsko trying to get to his knees, head down on the mat. Gluck has Matsko's right leg trapped. Matsko trying to stand. Gluck trips him back down. Matsko trying to sit and turn in. Gluck maintaining control. Traps the left ankle, trying to tilt Matsko to his right. Matsko fights that off. Gluck wants to bar the right arm. Reaches inside for Matsko's right wrist. Trying to tilt Matsko to his right. 1 count. That's all. Gluck trying to cross face. Matsko trying to come out the back door. Matsko's got a reversal.
He trapped Gluck's leg and was able to use it for leverage.
Leading 4-2. 45 seconds to go in the bout. Now Matsko has to be thinking here 1, not 2. Gluck trying to hit over Matsko. Matsko keeping Gluck's right leg. Matsko still in control. Still picking up on that leg. Matsko still has the right leg. Gluck draped over top. Trying to hook Matsko's leg. Tries to toss Matsko to his back. He's got the reversal. And trying to turn Matsko to his left. 15 seconds to go in regulation. Bout is tied at 4. Matsko to his knees. 6 seconds to go. Matsko sits, turns in. Matsko reverses with 2 seconds to go and wins the bout.
That was quite a finish. How many bouts do you see with 4 reversals?
Matsko reversed with 2 seconds to go. Gives the State Liners the 6-4 win in the bout. And Phillipsburg leads the match 15-9.
Dave Post jumped about 6 feet over on the side when that one concluded.
113. Cullen Day for Phillipsburg. Will Fernandez for Cranford. Fernandez is a sophomore, 2-0. Day is a senior, 9-4. Day trying to snap, shrugs Fernandez for a takedown and leads 2-0. Day with the left wrist pulled across the body. Now gets out the side and tries to tilt Fernandez. 1 count. That's all, says referee Mark Russo. Day bars the left arm. Has the arm barred. And a half on the right side. Driving Fernandez to his left. Day turns him over at the edge of the mat, driving a half. Now trying to spin him back on. Just under a minute to wrestle here in the first.
Doesn't have that half very deep.
And they're off the mat back to the center at 53 seconds. Cullen Day, a defending district champion and a region runner-up a year ago, 59 career wins. Trying to bar the left arm. And cups him under the chin, trying to turn him to his left. Reaches inside now for the right wrist. Has the left wrist pulled all the way across the body, trying to tilt Fernandez to his right. 1 count. Referee Roth, 1 count, 2 count. Day still trying to tilt him. 1 count, 2. Still has the left arm barred, 5 seconds to go. Day's going to get himself a couple of back points here. And the first period ends with Cullen Day of Phillipsburg on top 4-0.
Did not have that bar in there very deep to be able to hold him for any length of time.
Day's choice, he's going to go neutral to start the second. Got a pretty easy takedown to start this. Stateliners lead the match 15-9. We're at 113, or the 6th of 14. Day dives in on a double. Picks him up, takedown. 6-0 lead for Cullen Day. Trying for a cradle. Has a cradle. And has Fernandez on his back, and a fall. Cross-face cradle in 2:29. We are through 6. It is Phillipsburg 21 and Cranford 9. The Stateliners have 3 falls and a regular decision. 3 falls and or forfeits. Cranford has a fall and a regular decision. Travis Jones for Phillipsburg at 120. Junior is 11-4. Pat Kalnins for Cranford, a sophomore, 7-7. Kalnins is trying to spin around to Jones's right. Jones spins around to Kalnins' right. Kalnins picks up on a leg, has Jones' right leg. Jones trying to reach inside, free that leg, and Jones has a takedown and leads 2-0. Travis coming off a 3rd place finish in the Hurricane tournament. Very tough wrestler on top. Reaching across for the right shoulder. Gives up on that. Trying to work a hazard tilt. Kalnins trying to step across that. Jones able to maintain control. Now he wants a near leg far arm tilt. Just under a minute to wrestle here in the first. Has the near leg trapped. Trying to tilt and turns Kalnins to his right. Got a 5 count. He's got 3 back points. 3 awarded to Jones. He's up 5-0. Looking for a cross-face cradle. He has a cross-face cradle. Out the right side. Jones will take him front to back. 2 count, 3, 4, 5, 3 back points. If he doesn't stick him, has to get more weight on the right shoulder here with 10 seconds to go.
Needs some space.
3 back points for Jones. And the Stateliner Junior will wrap up the first period ahead 8-0.
Jones was solidly in control there.
And he's going to take underneath to start the second. Travis, 40 career wins. Defending district champ. Region 4th place finisher. Trying to sit back into Kalnins and a Peterson. He's got the reversal and back points. Jones with a Peterson roll for a reversal. Now a headlock. Body press and the fall. 223 with a headlock for Travis Jones. We are halfway through. It is Phillipsburg 27 and Cranford 9.
Worked that Peterson very well to not only get the reversal, but to put Countess on his back, and then fell into the headlock and was able to apply it very well.
Cranford has to be out first at 126. It's going to be Albert DiCillo, I believe, a sophomore, 2-1, and this is Luke Harton for Phillipsburg. Up. Luke DiGiovanni against Luke Harden. So Luke Harden for the State Liners, DiGiovanni for Cranford. Harden's a junior 1-2. DiGiovanni's a freshman 8-2. No advantage so far. We've wrestled 25 seconds. And a throw by Harden. And coming out on top of that throw is DiGiovanni. He's got a takedown and leads Harden 2-0. Bars the right arm on Harden. Out the left side with that bar. Referee is Frank Leitner, so they decided to go 7-7 instead of alternating.
Starter and closer.
Harden tries to stand. DiGiovanni wraps around the left leg. Harden trying to cross-face him at the edge of the mat, and they're off at 47 seconds with DiGiovanni still in control.
DiGiovanni went for a single. Harden countered with that throw and did it beautifully, but then DiGiovanni rolled through and came out on top.
DiGiovanni weighs 127.8. Harden weighs 126.9. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. DiGiovanni maintaining control. Was a youth wrestling night at the high school tonight. All the Phillipsburg feeder programs. There are wrestlers in the gym tonight. They were introduced to the crowd beforehand. DiGiovanni wraps around Harden's right leg as he tries to sit out. Harden stands, trying to pry the hands apart, and cut free, and DiGiovanni maintains control. They go off the mat in front of the Cranford bench with 20 seconds to go.
These guys have both been highly mobile.
DiGiovanni going to adjust a pad in his right knee. Right hand tight waist. Trying to underhook Harden's left shoulder. Harden stands, reaches back for the head, cannot hip his way over DiGiovanni, maintains control. Final 10 seconds here of the first. And it ends with DiGiovanni on top 2-0.
Again, both guys were moving a lot, so a lot of energy exerted in that first period. Harden will be down to start the second.
Harden is set, hands and knees. DiGiovanni, right hand tight waist, left elbow. Wraps that tight waist around the left side of Harden as Harden tries to stand, and DiGiovanni wanted to tilt him as he brought him back down. DiGiovanni finishing third in the Garden State Classic and placed second in the Tunkhannock tournament. That Garden State Classic wrestled at Franklin. Cranford finishing second in that tournament, and they were fourth in Tunkhannock. DiGiovanni riding Phillipsburg's Luke Harden has not come close to turning Harden, but he has been able to ride him. Stalling call on DiGiovanni.
As he had the near leg blocked, but he wasn't doing anything else, and Harden had gotten up to his base.
First warning. DiGiovanni, right hand tight waist, left elbow. Harden stands. DiGiovanni brings him back down. Thought about a hazard tilt. He brought him down, but can't expose the shoulders. 1 minute to go here in the second. Stateliners without Kyle Tino and Jason Tino tonight. Again, did not get a chance to talk to Coach Post. And now DiGiovanni decides to cut Harden. So it's 2-1. See if there's some illness in the running through the Tino family. DiGiovanni dives in on Harden's right leg behind the knee. Harden hopping up and down on the left foot. And looking for a cradle. DiGiovanni has a cradle. Takes Harden over on his back and pins him. In 2:27. Hit a standing cradle. So we are through 8. It is Phillipsburg 27 and Cranford 15.
DiGiovanni looked like he was trying to sweep out the leg of Harden as he was on his feet, and it's almost like it was a decoy, because then he went strong around the head and locked up that cradle very well.
Dean Smith for Cranford. Tom Abode for Phillipsburg, the junior making his first varsity start. Smith is a junior, 8-4. Smith weighed 131.8 and Abode 133.4. They're off the mat, no advantage. Stateliners lead the match 27-15. We're at 132, or the 9th of 14. Diving in on a leg was Smith, blocked off by Abode. Abode in a Stateliner gray singlet. Susie Stateliner on the left hip. Right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network cameras, and they're off the mat at 1:06.
Abode tried to double there, and Smith tried to counter with a throw.
Abode dives in on the right leg, trying to pull that in behind the thigh. Pressure on the head by Smith. Tried to quarter Nelson. Abode, still no advantage here. Now Smith has the takedown, has Abode on his back. And Abode bridges off his back. That is a 4-point play for Smith. Again with that quarter Nelson out in front. Now he spins around, maintaining control. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. 4-0 lead for Dean Smith of Cranford. Trying to bar the left arm on Abode. Final 10 seconds. Trying to work that left bar and tried to throw Abode the other way. They're off the mat with 1.3 seconds remaining. Abode getting set. Now Smith, right hand tight waist, left elbow. First period ends with Smith on top, 4-0.
Cranford thus far with the lead in takedowns, 9-4 for the Stateliners.
Smith underneath to start. The second stands right away. And trying to, spins around, reverses Abode. Smith on top, 6-0.
Trying to lever that arm.
On the left arm, controlling the left wrist. Maintaining control of Abode. Abode trying to get wrist control. 1:15 to wrestle here in the second. Bode tried to block him off, come out and face him. Smith controlling Abode's right wrist. Abode trying to pick that off. Under a minute to wrestle here in the second. 6-0 lead for Cranford junior Dean Smith. Smith finishing second in the Garden State Classic and 6th at Tunkhannock. Stalling call on Smith on top. Have not been any stalling points in the match. There have been some warnings.
Almost one lock hands, but that was called off.
Abode's ready. Smith, right hand tight waist, left elbow, chops at that elbow on the whistle. Abode trying to get wrist control, and Smith trying to turn Abode to his left here with under 25 seconds to wrestle in the second. Now a half Nelson from the left side. And he wanted the thigh pry. Controlling that near wrist, the left wrist. Chops at that left elbow on Abode with a right hand tight waist. Second period coming to an end. 6-0 lead for Dean Smith. And Abode will be underneath in the third, and Smith will cut him. So it is 6-1.
I think Smith would easily rather work from his feet here because he was able to keep control of Abode but not doing anything else.
Wrestlers kind of tap at each other's head. Abode dives in on the right leg behind the knee. Kenny trying to switch to a double. Smith arches his back, trying that quarter Nelson out in front again with pressure on the head. Steps over Abode. Abode picking up on the legs, and Abode has a takedown. It is 6-3. Abode trying to turn him over. Got him over in his back. Abode trying to lock up a cradle here. 2 back points. It is 6-5. Abode sticking his head in the left side with a low leg cradle. Smith trying to look away. Abode maintains control. Under a minute to go in the bout. 6-5 lead for Dean Smith of Cranford. Trying to set up a hazard tilt. Dave Post telling him to cut him. 40 seconds to go. He will let him go. On the escape, it is 7-5 in favor of Smith. Now they each have a takedown in the bout. Abode dives in, Smith sprawls. Abode's head caught beneath the chest of Smith. They're off the mat at 25 seconds. Dave Post up and shouting instructions to Abode.
Abode was more of a reach than a shot, and I think Smith was just content to stay there.
2-point lead for Smith. Abode pushing in on Smith. Dives in. Front head and arm now and a stalling call. A stalling call on Smith makes it 7-6 Abode. Trailing now with 12 and a half seconds to go.
Smith's backing up still.
Abode doing the pressuring. Reaches for a leg. Smith sprawls. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. And Smith will hang on and win this 7-6. We are through 9. It is Phillipsburg 27 and Cranford 18.
Tom Abode did well to come back in that bout because through the second period it really didn't look like he had much of a chance against Dean Smith. But he came alive in the third.
This will be either Halpin or Canterman. Halpin against Cody Harrison. Halpin is a junior 6-6. Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg is a junior 11-2. Harrison diving in on a double. Hooks the leg and has a takedown. Harrison on top 2-0. Cody coming off a third-place finish in the Hurricane tournament. Wraps the right-hand tight waist around the left side of Halpin. And they go off the mat. Halpin weighs 139.3. Harrison 139.4. And Harrison's going to cut him. On the escape, 2-1. Harrison is in on a double and another takedown. Harrison leads it 4-1. Wraps the tight waist around the left side. Picks up on the left ankle, trying to break down Halpin. Harrison reaches inside for the left wrist with that strong right-hand tight waist. Weight high on the back of Halpin. With that claw ride. Takes the left wrist. Has the left leg in. And has the arm and that claw around the left shoulder with both legs in. 20 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Trying to turn in a potentially dangerous situation called by referee Frank Leitner with 16 seconds to go.
Claws seemed to be a means to try to get the bar, but then he was staying parallel and needed to come out to the side to be able to turn him with that.
Halpin is ready. Harrison breaks him down on the whistle. Final 10 seconds here of the first. Harrison had a major decision over Halpin in last year's dual meet, 11-3. After one, Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg with a 4-1 lead. Halpin will be underneath to start the second. Harrison is a two-time district champion, 60 career wins. Transfer from Warren Hills last season. Harrison's underneath. He stands. Halpin has Harrison's left leg. Stopped potentially dangerous at 1:45.
Harrison was using a whizzer to fight off Halpin. Just the way that he was turning there was going to put too much pressure on the knee.
Harrison getting set. Now Halpin. Harrison stands. Halpin picks up on Harrison's left leg and he's able to dive away from him on the escape. Harrison leads 5-1. Halpin, a District 14 runner-up and third in Region 4 a year ago. Runner-up in the Garden State tournament. Sixth at Tunkhannock. Harrison trying to snap him at the edge of the mat. Off they go in 1:01, neutral, with Harrison on top 5-1.
I think Harrison likes his feel up on his feet and is able to get in a good reach on Halpin.
Harrison, half a shot at the left leg. Now they break apart. Working on tying up each other's wrists. Halpin's on one knee. Harrison's up on both feet. Halpin trying to block off Harrison, spinning around to his left. Cody's behind him, picks him up, drops him down On the mat return, he's got the takedown. Harrison's third. And the Stateliner Junior has a 7-1 lead. Reaching inside for the right wrist. Final 5 seconds here at the second period. Cody Harrison rides him out and leads 7-1 after 2. Cody third in the region last year, 8th in the state. Second in this year's King of the Mountain, third at the Hurricane. Ranked 4th in this weight class by NJ.com in the state. Harrison going to surrender and escape to start the third. And he leads it 7-2. Harrison with 3 takedowns and an escape for his 7. Halpin has a pair of escapes for his 2. Harrison snaps down and he tried to work a cement job, but he's behind Halpin. Does he get a takedown as they go off? No, says Frank Leitner.
In a closer bout, that might have been a big argument.
Circle each other to the left.
Like Halpin wants some distance.
Yeah, Halpin's one who has to be the aggressor here, trailing 7-2. Stateliners lead the match 27-18. We're at 138, or the 10th of 14. Harrison trying to spin around to Halpin's left. He's got a takedown. Harrison leads it 9-2. And it was an 11-3 major last year.
I think Halpin's starting to remember that.
Has that controlling the left wrist. They're off the mat in front of the Stateliner bench, and Coach Dave Post, in his 8th year, 115 wins, 18 losses, 2-time Express Times Coach of the Year. Halpin and Harrison's going to cut him. It is 9-3. So he needs the takedown. And we'll be right where we were at the end of the bout last year. Working on each other's wrists. Break apart. Halpin with a shot at Harrison's right leg. Harrison picks up the far ankle. Cross faces Halpin. Halpin has his hands locked behind Harrison's right knee. Harrison trying to pick up on that left wrist. 15 seconds to go in the bout. Halpin trying to hang on here and avoid that takedown. Harrison picks up on the near ankle. 3 seconds to go. And Harrison will have to settle for the regular 9-3 decision. We are through 10. It is Phillipsburg 30 and Cranford 18.
With about 30 seconds to go, Halpin took that shot, and it really wasn't much of an aggressive shot, but he wanted a leg he could hang on to and let time expire before he would suffer the major.
Jason Zinsmeister, Evan Kannerman. Kannerman's a sophomore, 3-1 for Cranford. Zinsmeister is a junior, 8-4. Off the mat, no advantage, as Zinsmeister very nearly had himself an ankle pick takedown at the edge. Zinsmeister was decisioned by Mike Nigro 8-2 last year. Cranford beating the Stateliners and finishing 4th in the state in polls. Phillipsburg was 5th. Takedown for Zinsmeister. He leads 2-0.
So a nice double from Zinsmeister.
Stateliners were 15-1 against New Jersey competition last year. The only loss to Cranford. The Stateliners were the Group 4 champions. Zinsmeister underhooks the left shoulder. Now goes to a half on the left side. Throws a leg in. Trying to tilt Kannerman to his right. He's got 3, 4, 5 swipes and 3 back points. Zinsmeister leading 5-0. Drives a half from the right side. Takes the left wrist, body press by Zinsmeister as Frank Leitner looks in. Plenty of time remaining. Zinsmeister trying to get more on that near shoulder. Zinsmeister looking in at Frank Leitner. And Kanterman's able to bridge off his back. 3 back points, 8-0. Zinsmeister may lose. There's the escape. It's 8-1. So Zinsmeister with a pair of near falls and then gives up an escape. It's 8-1.
I really thought he was going to pin him there.
Zinsmeister picks up on the right ankle, trips with the left and gets a takedown to go up 10-1. 13 seconds remaining on that takedown. And Zinsmeister will lead it 10-1 after 1.
So that's 11 takedowns on the night for Phillipsburg, now pulling ahead with 9 for Cranford.
Zinsmeister finishing 6th in the Hurricane. 3rd in the district a year ago. He's underneath to start the second, stands quickly. Kanterman picks up the left leg behind the knee. Pressure on the head by Zinsmeister. He's out. On the escape, Jason Zinsmeister of Phillipsburg leading Evan Kanterman of Cranford 11-1.
Zinsmeister has really good balance.
Tries a power shrug, and they're off the mat. Neutral at 1:27.
Kanterman had that leg really when he was trying to ride, but Zinsmeister was hopping around on one, and that was fine with him.
Zinsmeister with 22 career wins. Kanterman tries to half a shot. Zinsmeister sprawls. Zinsmeister looking for a front head and arm. Snaps down Kanterman. And a concrete special. And he's got the takedown. And Kanterman on his back. Body press on the right shoulder of Kanterman as Frank Leitner looks in the fall. 3:02. We are through 11. It is Phillipsburg 36 and Cranford 18. And that without an unsportsmanlike penalty has clinched it for the Stateliners with the 18-point lead and 7 wins with 3 bouts to go. Concrete special by Zinsmeister. Brian Meyer. And this will be Kyle Roper.
Yes.
For Cranford. Roper's a senior, 6-4. Myers a senior, 9-2.
Myers become the 24th Stateliner to win 100 bouts.
Doing that this season. Roper dives in and Meyer slips around behind, picks up the left leg. Switches to a double takedown for Meyer. Leads 2-0. Meyer traps the left wrist, and there's that claw over the left shoulder. As that left arm sits on top of that left arm, loses it. Controls the right wrist. Now has the right arm trapped, gives up on it. Still controlling the left wrist. Meyer riding out the left side. Just under a minute to wrestle here in the first. Meyer on top 2-0. Brian will be wrestling collegiately at Lehigh. There's a hazard tilt. Able to roll on through is Roper. Meyer has the left wrist pulled across the body. under 30 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Stalling warning on Roper. Meyer still has that left wrist. Final 10 seconds here of the first. And Brian Meyer of Phillipsburg will have a 2-0 lead after one. Brian's a 3-time district champ, 2-time region champ, 3rd in the state a year ago. He's going to take underneath to start the second. Meyer, 20 wins as a freshman, 33 as a sophomore, 39 a season ago, and 9-2 so far. Stands right away. Roper trips Meyer back down. Meyer tries to stand. Meyer is out on the escape. Stateliner senior leading 3-0. Roper tries to shrug him on by, and they're off in front of the Cranford bench at 1:33 to wrestle here in the second.
Both wrestlers weighing in at 152 and change.
Meyer, a pair of runner-up finishes in the tournaments, King of the Mountain and the Hurricane. The King of the Mountain, he lost to Justin McCoy. There's a takedown for Meyer. And he leads 5-0. Meyer with pressure on the head out in front. He's going to cut him, and they're off. It's 5-1. Meyer losing to McCoy 9-1 in the King of the Mountain finals. McCoy, a double-A state champ in Pennsylvania last year, and he is on his way to Virginia. And his other loss to Sammy Sasso of Nazareth, the state champ. There's a takedown for Meyer, and he leads 7-1. Sasso, of course, is headed to Ohio State. The Blue Eagles, by the way, in the Lehigh Valley Live rankings. There's a hazard tilt by Meyer. Roper rolled on through. LehighValleyLive.com has Nazareth ranked 3rd. Phillipsburg is 4th. 1-2 is Becca and Liberty. Liberty, the surprise winner of their own Hurricane tournament. Phillipsburg had 4 semifinalists in that. Meyer again tried to work a hazard. Stalling call gives Meyer a point, and he leads it 8-1. Meyer barring the left. Second period ends. It is 8-1 Meyer after 2.
There was a little more time, he might have gotten another stalling point there because Roper just wasn't moving.
Roper choosing neutral in the third. Unable to get away from Meyer, and Meyer has 3 takedowns. Meyer spinning around behind to Roper's left and has his 4th takedown. It is 10-1. Meyer will push him away. 10-2. Meyer in on the left leg to a double. Takedown. 12-2. Meyer's going to cut him off the mat. 12-3. Meyer with 5 takedowns, an escape and stalling point. Meyer pressure on the head. Off they go in front of the Stateliner bench at 1:14.
Meyer just seems to be trying to choose how he's going to take him down.
In on the left leg. Now under the crotch. Takedown. 14-3. Bars the left arm. Just under a minute to go in the bout. Has the left arm barred. Able to break the bar. There's a stalling call. It is 15-3. Meyer's going to cut him. 15-4. 30 seconds to go. "20 seconds. Meyer's in on the left leg. Circles. Gets the takedown. It is 17-4. 7 seconds to go. Meyer able to score 17 without getting any back points. 17-4 major for Brian Meyer at 152. We are through 12. Stateliners have it won. It's Phillipsburg 40 and Cranford 18. Josh Ramos for Phillipsburg at 160. Senior 6-5. Danny Swanson's a junior 3-6 for Cranford. Ramos trying to underhook the right shoulder, perhaps set up a cement job. Reaches in for the left leg, can't get it, looks for a bear hug, and they're off the mat at a minute 43.
Well, it was a Stateliner deficit on their feet, has now been just blown apart. 19 takedowns for Phillipsburg to Cranford's 9.
Ramos trying to underhook that right shoulder. Stateliners are ranked 6th in New Jersey according to NJ.com. There's a throw and a takedown. Ramos with a body press and the fall in 40 seconds. Phillipsburg 46 and Cranford 18. That is the 6th fall and or forfeit. And the Stateliners will have Lance Wissing at 171. The senior is 15-2. Matt Duran, junior 9-3. Cranford not ranked. Phillipsburg is ranked 5th in the wrestling writers poll. That's behind Bergen Catholic, Del Barton, Howell, and Paulsboro. Those are the same. Pope John is ranked ahead of Phillipsburg in the NJ.com poll. No advantage. Stateliners with 6 falls and or forfeits. A major and a pair of regular decisions for 46. Cranford has 2 falls, 2 regular decisions.
Both wrestlers weighing in at 170 and change.
Wissing wrestled 138 in this one last year.
A little bit of a growth spurt. Look at a little meat in your diet.
Wissing trying to set up a throw.
He wants it.
And an inside trip, and he throws him to his back. Trying to bar the right arm. Try to take him back to his right side if he can get his weight. Going to drive that bar. Body press by Wissing. Frank Leitner looking in as Duran tries to bridge. 3 back points, and are off the mat. 5-point play for Lance Wissing, and the Stateliner seniors up 5-0.
He was taking his measure of Duran over on the edge of the mat, decided to go for it.
Wissing finishing 3rd in both the King of the Mountain and the Hurricane tournaments. And he's got him on his back again. Frank Leitner looking in. Body press by Wissing. Drive and a half. Frank Leitner looking in. Now picks up on the other arm and a body press and a fall. Minute 52 for Lance Wissing. The Stateliners able to gain a little revenge tonight over the Cranford Cougars, 52-18. Stateliners with 7 falls and or forfeits, a major and 2 regular decisions. Cranford with 2 falls and 2 regular decisions. Our wrestling action brought to you tonight on the Stateliner Sports Network by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics and official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Ahart, Frinzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Erco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at ercocu.com. Considering buying or selling your home? Contact Tara Butler at RE/MAX Supreme for all your real estate needs. Call Tara direct at 908-319-2447. By Open Mic. For exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit. A history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at PbergHS Wrestling. PbergHS, WRESTLIN. So the Stateliners raised their dual meet record to 4-0 on the season, beating Cranford tonight 52-18. We began the match at 182 pounds. Phillipsburg's Austin Roth pinning Zach Blevins of Cranford with an armbar. And then Dylan Budnick got Cranford on the board, an armbar in 325, pinning Phillipsburg's Shamir Broaders, tied the match at 6. 220 pounds, Rob Shork of Cranford, an 11-4 decision over Phillipsburg's Cody Krutz. 285, Stateliners Patrick Sharp, a winner by forfeit. 106, Logan Matsko got a reversal with 2 seconds to go. Scored a 6-4 decision over Cranford's Jimmy Gluck. That made it 15-9 Phillipsburg. 113, Cullen Day, crossface cradle on a fall in 229 over Will Fernandez. That made it 21-9 Phillipsburg. 120, Travis Jones of the Stateliners, a headlock and a fall in 223 over Patrick Kalnins. 27-9 Phillipsburg at the midway point. 126, Albert DiCillo with a standing cradle and a fall in 227 over Phillipsburg's Luke Harton. Made it 27-15 Phillipsburg. 132, Dean Smith had a 6-0 lead and hung on for a 7-6 decision for Cranford over Phillipsburg's Thomas Abode. 138, Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg, a 9-3 decision over Connor Halpin. 145, Jason Zinsmeister, a fall with a concrete special, 3 minutes and 2 seconds over Evan Canterman. 152, Brian Meyer of the Stateliners, major decision, 17-4 over Kyle Roper. 160, Josh Ramos of Phillipsburg, a fall in 40 seconds over Danny Swanson. And then at 171, Lance Wissing of the Stateliners, a fall in 1:52 over Matt Duran. Stateliners, 7 falls, a major, 2 regular decisions, and Cranford had 2 falls and 2 regular decisions. Right now, just on the other side of the gym, they're amassing, all the youngsters are getting some autographs from the Stateliner varsity. Good performance tonight, Bob, by the Stateliners.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I would think Coach Post was most happy with Matsko having come from behind with that reversal, and he's going to join us now.
Coach Post going to sit down next to us, and I guess a year later, but you enacted a pretty good measure of revenge tonight against the Cougars.
Yeah, we had the guys, obviously they remember, those guys were in the locker room after that match. They hear them, their fans carrying on, and, our kids take everything to heart. They know that they're wrestling for the entire town of Phillipsburg, and that wasn't a fun locker room talk. That wasn't a fun bus ride home, and I think they were a little irritated that, we weighed in like 30 minutes before the match started here. So, we went out, we performed under, not ideal certain circumstances. We had our lineup down, which is when our guys are, pulling the most weight, and, we didn't have a lot of time to recover, and but they came out and wrestled very well. I'm very pleased with how they were. We fought in certain situations and won some close matches late, which is always a big thing for us.
Now, you mentioned that late weigh-in, and as a result, I didn't even get a chance to talk to you before the match. The Tino's illness?
Kyle was sick from school yesterday. He just has a little bit of a cold. He looked really good on Wednesday, and then came back on Thursday with the snow day and just didn't look himself. We sent him home, let him rest. He went to the doctors, got some medicine. He looked a little bit better tonight. He sat on the bench. But, we want to make sure that we're ready to go for the rest of the season. One of those things that they can just linger on.
So the matches are 6 minutes, and Logan Matsko gave you 6 big ones right to the end.
Yeah, he is the one thing we've noticed from him. We really got to see him, really perform when we were at Thousand Islands over the summer. And there were many matches where he was, undersized, but he's just a fighter. He won a lot of matches late. He never stops going. That was a really, we could have gone into overtime. Maybe we get the takedown, maybe we don't. But, he just has enough, mat savvy that he knows if he just keeps wrestling, the guy's not going to be able to keep his pace. When he is a full-size, a full-size 106 or a full-size 113, he is going to be a phenomenal wrestler. Right now he's a little bit smaller, but he doesn't lack for effort or, tenacity, that's for sure.
They got 7 falls and/or forfeits today out of 10 wins.
10 total wins, yeah. That's kind of what we thought. Before we're sitting at the match, we're like, if we wrestle well, we should be favored in 10 matches, and, we hope we get them. We knew that their 6-pounder was very good. We were hoping, we were glad to be able to wrestle Roth right off the bat and get off to a good start. That's always important in a dual meet like this, especially where you're starting. They have a couple tough kids up top. So we knew that, getting that early win and, Roth by fall, which is huge to start off, the guys were pretty pumped up.
Big week coming up next week, 100 Central, and then the big tournament.
Yeah. We this is right into our grind of our season where we're going Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday the whole time. So it's good to be able to get in here, get a dual meet in, and our guys, we didn't wrestle Thursday night, so our guys were kind of itching to get in there. We've put plenty of practice time in. They want to get out and showcase their stuff. Well,
congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next Saturday. We're going to carry the semifinals and the finals.
Oh, great. We'll see you there. Hopefully I won't miss you guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep, you got it.
Dave Post, coach of the Stateliners, as they beat Cranford tonight, 52-18 before a pretty good crowd here at Phillipsburg High School. So again, the Stateliners with the win go to 4-0 on the dual meet season, and Cranford falls to 4-1. Our thanks to our supervising broadcast technician, Jared Marchicelli. For Bob Kerp, I'm Mike Moore in Stateliners Sports Network. Have yourself a great night.